20 people from western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming had one of their most monumental days of their lives this morning in Gering. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, tears of happiness were shed as a long journey to U.S. citizenship was achieved today by 20 Wyobraska residents that culminated in a naturalization ceremony at the Scottsbluff National Monument. For the second straight year, Empowering Families and the Immigrant Legal Center worked to put on the event, which allowed natives of Mexico, India, Colombia, Ghana, Turkestan, Peru, the Philippines, and Thailand to be sworn in as official citizens of the United States. Andrew Lambrecht, the field officer director with the U.S. Citizen and Immigration Service office in Denver, commended our newest citizens for reaching this milestone.
One of the greatest things about this country is that people from all over the world, every other country, have immigrated to the United States and then have gone through this process to become American citizens. And the other, one of the greatest gifts that our country has given to all of our citizens is the national parks. And so we have a great relationship, this agency, with the National Park Service to host ceremonies around the country.
Gering Mayor Kent Ewing was one of today's speakers and encouraged today's honorees to embrace the new civic responsibilities available to them.
You have used your time and resources to become a citizen of the United States, and I thank you. Doing it properly. You now have the rights and responsibilities of citizenship, including the right to vote, participate in democracy, contribute to the community that you reside.
Scottsbluff Mayor Betsy Vidlac echoed those sentiments, noting that their achievements are truly remarkable, with immigration issues standing front and center across the nation.
Today marks a very special moment for you, and I'm guessing has not been an easy journey for you and your families. I think with the current turmoil of the country, the significance of today is not lost on me. As an American citizen, you have a lot of rights and responsibilities, and some of those rights include being involved in your community and civic engagement. I would really encourage you to be a part of your community in those ways that mean most to you.
A group of 5 individuals who became citizens this past spring was also brought front and center to be recognized during today's ceremony. Well, sentencing has been continued for a Bluffs man facing a 1 to 50-year prison sentence after a jury convicted him of raping a female. In March, 31-year-old Jacob Lefthand was found guilty on a charge of first-degree forcible sexual assault. He was originally slated to be back in Scottsbluff County Court this week to be sentenced on the Class 2 felony conviction, but defense attorney Mike Meister had a scheduled procedure that prevented him from preparing arguments for sentencing. Judge Andrea Miller granted the continuance motion and set a new sentencing date for July 11th. And a new sentencing date has been set for a 23-year-old Scottsbluff woman who failed to show up to her May sentencing date. A bench warrant for Savannah LeMay was served earlier this month following the no-show, despite having pled guilty to charges of possession of a controlled substance and attempted possession of a controlled substance. LeMay was back in court last week, and a June 16th sentencing date has been set for the Class 4 felony and Class 1 misdemeanor convictions. We'll have more news right after this.
Whether you're gardening, searching for the perfect vacation home, or planning your next travel destination, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisors, Jody Rosiska and Kevin Figg, get to know you, your passions, and your vision for the future, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale is on now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window. Plus enjoy no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. Get an extra 5% off your entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now is the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit rbawyoming.com to book your free estimate.
Welcome back. An immigration raid on Tuesday at a meat production plant in Omaha was the largest worksite enforcement operation in the state during the Trump presidency, according to the Homeland Security Department. During a conference call with Nebraska media yesterday, U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts wasn't in agreement with a reporter who questioned why employers aren't being held responsible more often for employing undocumented workers. Ricketts shared that employers shouldn't receive all the blame.
Well, if you look at some of the raids that occurred, for example, a few years ago, believe in Nebraska at least, the employer who was taking advantage of people who were here illegally was actually in charge. So I don't think your characterization is 100% correct there. And at the end of the day, if the person who is applying for employment is lying to the employer, well, that's part of breaking the law by the person who's seeking employment, not on the employer. So I think if the employer obviously is taking advantage of people, knowingly hiring people who are there illegally, that's one case. But when you have people who are falsifying their employment status or falsifying their identifications, they're the ones breaking the law.
The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement raid happened at a plant of Glen Valley Foods. The food packing company said it was surprised by the raid and had followed the rules regarding immigration status. And during the 2025 Nebraska legislative session, various efforts were made to address property tax relief, but unfortunately finding a consensus on additional significant relief proved challenging, especially in light of the state facing budget issues. Jim Vokal, executive director of the Platt Institute, says not much in the way of property tax relief was accomplished.
The only thing that taxpayers will be seeing going forward is increases in both the property tax credit fund and the school property tax relief fund that were approved in prior sessions. And each one of those funds will provide approximately a $20 million increase each year moving forward. But that was approved in prior legislation. These are credits that go against your property tax liability. We don't necessarily see that as true reform, but they certainly do help if you are able to obtain those credits.
Vokal says the passage and signing of LB 303, which called for creation of an 18-member school finance review commission to regularly review and suggest possible improvements to the state's main state aid to education's formula, was a positive move, but it doesn't guarantee property tax relief will happen as a result.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
starting to get into the dog days here for the summertime. Now, I did hear this yesterday, and we're only 2 months away from the NFL, albeit preseason, but still, fall now a bit on the horizon. Let's get to some baseball, though. Both senior Legion teams in town have road trips east for their College World Series trips coming up this weekend. First for the Wesco Zephyrs. They head out sporting a 6-9 record, coming off a 1-4 trip to Rapid City last weekend. The Zephyrs' first stop's going to be at Hastings tonight before visiting Blair tomorrow. They'll be at the College World Series for a full day of action on Saturday, and then the Zephyrs will play a Sunday road doubleheader on the return trip home at McCook. I'll have a home doubleheader broadcast next Tuesday for the Z's against Rapid City post 3:20. For Gering Platte Valley Companies, they went 0-5 in Rapid, but they bounced back in a big way, scoring 20 runs in a win over Bridgeport on Tuesday night. Gering also with games 3 of the next 4 days, including tonight at Aurora, then back-to-back days in Lincoln against Lincoln Christian and Lincoln High. They'll visit the CWS coming up on Sunday. Our next Gering Legion broadcast will be Tuesday. Jeff Kelly will be there at Sheridan County. And the Western Nebraska Pioneers are closing out a road series tonight in Colorado Springs. They've won back-to-back games over the El Paso County Miracles, including a high-scoring game last night. They won it 19-15 this weekend. The Pioneers do return home to Oregon Trail Park Stadium. They'll play the Fort Collins Foxes tomorrow night, and then Saturday and Sunday home action against the Northern Colorado Prospectors. We'll have KNEB coverage, as always, with Logan Hunter. That'll do it for our Thursday update right here at the Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Pet waste and water don't mix. Animal waste decomposes in water, releasing nutrients, which deplete the oxygen fish and other life need to survive and encourage harmful algae growth. Animal waste also has disease-carrying bacteria, making contaminated water unusable. It's easy to prevent pet waste pollution. Simply pick up your pet's waste and dispose of it in a trash can, and avoid letting your pets defecate within 200 feet of our community's waterways. Tri-City Stormwater reminds you it's our water, our responsibility.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the annual Festival of Hope will be taking place this Saturday morning to help raise money to assist area cancer patients with non-medical expenses during their treatment. Dr. Vince Buerling tells KNB News that all the same great activities will be taking place, but there's a major change to this year's event.
This year we're going to move the event into Scottsbluff, and so we're going to be at the Grace Chapel. We think it's going to be a really good event. We're so appreciative for all the people out at the fairgrounds and hosting us for the first 22 years. But we've decided to bring it into town so it can be a little bit closer to our population area, and hopefully we'll get a few more people to come out to the event.
He says he's amazed at how much money the event has raised to assist our local cancer patients every year.
In the 22 years that we've been doing this event, we have distributed $4.2 million to over 3,000 cancer patients and their families. And so it's really decreased the financial burden that they experience at the time that they're undergoing treatment, and really helps them concentrate on getting better and not worrying so much about how they're going to make ends meet.
Patience since the Festival of Hope's inception. Things will kick off at 7:30 a.m. Saturday with the 5K Fun Run, and the Festival of Hope will have live music, vendors, live and silent auction items, and conclude in the 11 o'clock hour with the butterfly release and reading of names. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.